Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel. My name is V. I live in beautiful Charleston, South Carolina with my dog, my cat, and my boyfriend, and I am hoping to one day become a full-time mom, wife, and homemaker. It's been a little while since I've posted, but today I want to talk about something that's been on my heart. Finding that sense of homey-ness in a world that feels more and more dominated by technology. Everywhere we look, there's some new device or app promising to make life easier, more connected, or more entertaining. And don't get me wrong, I use tech every day, and honestly, even this video wouldn't be possible without it. But I think there's a question worth asking. Can we still live as traditional homemakers, creating warmth, love, and hospitality in our homes, while the world rushes into this high-tech future? And maybe an even deeper question, are we slowly replacing real human connection with artificial substitutes without even realizing it? In the last 10 years, we have definitely seen a shift. Smartphones, social media, AI companions, smart homes have all become an almost daily part of our lives. What used to be a quick call to a friend has become a DM or text message. What used to be family dinner has become each person scrolling on their phone at the table. Some people even say they feel closer to their AI than to real people. And while I'm not here to demonize tech, after all, I'm talking to you through technology right now, I think it's worth slowing down and asking, what happens when we prioritize artificial connection over real ones? For me, homemaking isn't just about cooking, cleaning, or decorating. It's about creating an environment where real relationships thrive. A home should feel like a safe haven from the noise of the world, a place where people know that they're seen, loved, and cared for. Now, technology can be a part of that, but shouldn't replace it. For instance, a smart fridge can remind you if you're out of milk, but it can't recreate the warmth of baking bread for your family. A playlist can set the mood, but doesn't replace the laughter around a dinner table. So, how can we balance tech and tradition? Well, here are some practical tips that I have found useful. Number 1, use tech to serve your home, not to rule it. Grocery apps, digital calendars, cleaning reminders, all helpful, but don't let them become the centerpiece of your life. For instance, I use my Apple Calendar to write down people's birthdays or to remind myself to give somebody a call. And that way, tech is serving me and reminding me to make those real human connections instead of ruling my life. Tip number 2 is going to sound obvious, but setting screen boundaries. Phones away at dinner. A no-scroll morning routine. Even just 30 minutes a day of no screens can feel revolutionary. I personally have my phone set on downtime between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. That means the only apps I can use are texting and calling, or anything else I need for emergency purposes, essentially. But there's no reason that I need to wake up and immediately start scrolling Instagram. Humans are simply not designed to take in all of that information as soon as they wake up. So having this boundary for myself has been really helpful, and it's really easy to do on your iPhone. Tip number 3 is to bring back analog activities, reading physical books, writing letters, keeping a recipe books or recipe box, board games with family, or even just hand washing a few dishes while chatting. Now, a way to balance this is maybe have an audiobook while you are doing something physical. So, like me, I like to listen to YouTube videos or an audiobook or something like that while I'm doing an analog activity like folding laundry, for instance. This way, I am balancing both tech and tradition. Tip number 4, host in-person connections. Invite friends over for coffee. Cook a meal for your neighbors. Volunteer in person. Tech makes things efficient, but true community is built face to face. And tip number 5, create sensory memories. One thing that AI will never be able to replace is the feeling of home. The smell of cookies baking, the sound of your dog's tippy-tappy paws on the floor, the warmth of a blanket fresh from the dryer. Those little sensory anchors matter much more than we realize. Think back to a smell or a feeling or a sound from your childhood. How does that make you feel, and how can you recreate it now? So, if you ever feel overwhelmed by the speed of technology, remember, you don't have to keep up with it all. Homemaking is, at its core, timeless. Love, hospitality, and human connection will never go out of style. Think about the legacy you want to create in your home. 10 years from now, no one will remember the TikTok trend you scrolled past, but they will remember the meals shared, the conversations had, and the warmth of your presence. Now, kind of on that topic, of course, there is AI. Now, I am not anti-AI. Clearly, I use it, and it can be such a helpful tool for learning, organizing, or even sparking creativity. But I do think it's important to recognize that AI is still just a tool. It doesn't need us, it doesn't love us, it doesn't care about our well-being. It's designed to respond in ways that feel human, but it can't replace that soul-to-soul connection we get from real people. When people start to lean on AI for companionship more than they lean on their own family or friends, that's when we risk losing the very thing that makes life meaningful, which is our relationships. So how can we utilize AI in a way that is helpful and not a human stand-in? So AI can be amazing for things like meal planning, organizing a schedule, or even generating creative ideas. But the line to watch is when it starts to replace people. You could ask AI to help you draft a grocery list. Ask it how to fold a fitted sheet. Or if you do want that sort of emotional connection, just a way to organize your own thoughts. Sometimes I use it because I have lots of ideas and thoughts spinning in my head and I just need to see a written version of it so that I can make whatever point I want to make or organize what it is that I want to say better. But for each time you use AI, you can also supplement it with a real human connection. So for instance, if you ask AI to come up with ideas for a project, also call your mom to ask about her day. Ask AI to brainstorm recipes, but invite your neighbor over to share that meal that it helped you make. Keep it in the role of an assistant, not your best friend. So to close all this out, yes, I believe you absolutely can be a traditional homemaker in a world of advancing tech. In fact, I'd say it's even more important now than ever before. Homemakers are culture keepers. We're the ones reminding the world that connection, presence, and love are more valuable than the newest gadget. Also, a little bit off topic, but in this clip in particular, I am making a nectarine and apple cast iron skillet cobbler, and oh my gosh, it was so delicious. Please let me know in the comments if you want a short recipe for this, because it is truly a game-changing dessert. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I would love to hear in the comments below how you balance technology while keeping a cozy or traditional home, or a non-traditional home, either way. And if you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for more reflections on homemaking and life in general. Thank you, friends. I'll see you in the next one.